Good morning and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel, Denormalize Your Life. I came up with Denormalize probably 3 years ago or so, which turned into a blog. And now I want to record a lot of the things I'm doing to denormalize in my life. And we are going to dive into recipes that don't require refined sugar. They don't have any processed foods in them or processed items. It is all going to be from scratch with whole food ingredients. A lot of them are going to be according to the Weston A. Price Foundation principles, which I will explain in another video. But I just want to show you what I'm doing in my kitchen and show you how easy it can be. I don't have any prior training when it comes to being in the kitchen with recipes. So you're going to learn as I learn, and we are going to learn together pretty much. If I mess up, you can see what I do to correct it and just have fun with me in my kitchen. I am also going to be interviewing and talking with other people in the holistic health space that have gone through similar journeys as I have. So hopefully you'll find a lot of those intriguing and you'll learn along with me as well on those topics. So if you have any topics you want me to cover on this, please let me know in the comments. So a large part of my process has been learning about carbs, how the body needs them, how the body uses them, what carbs can be best for our bodies. Now everyone is individualized, so I am learning what's best for my body, and I have been slowly introducing carbs after following the carnivore diet for quite a while. I was wearing a CGM and I noticed a continuous glucose monitor, and I noticed that my body did not respond poorly to freshly milled grains. So I started baking with these a few weeks ago, and I bought this grain mill attachment for this new stand mixer I recently got, and I noticed that the meals that I was cooking with this did not affect my glucose whatsoever, which was very shocking to me. I also did not use any refined sugars. So upon further research and after using this, I realized I needed a standalone miller. This grain mill attachment worked very well for a medium coarse grain. When I switched it to the fine setting, my poor, beautiful mixer motor did not appreciate that, and it actually overheated and started smelling. So if you want store-bought flour from your wheat berries, then you need to get a standalone. That's just what I experienced with this. It also, I found out that this stainless steel can heat the wheat berries and heat the flour, which does something to the chemistry, and that's not good at either. So this was my anniversary gift. My 13th wedding anniversary is on August 24th, which happens to be tomorrow. And my husband is so excited for this because he is definitely benefiting from the foods I'm making from milling my own flour at home. So I wanted to share this unboxing with you. This Nutrimill is high quality from other bakers that have been baking for decades. This was suggested to me. It is at a decent price point at $300. I did spend $79 on this in February. So just for the standalone, $300, and this should last me decades. Oh, it's a little big. A little larger than I expected. And I'm actually going to be using this for the first time today. I decided I'm going to do my first fall recipe. Yes, it's the end of August, but I can't wait to get started. Here is the user guide and warranty. Nice booklets for me to go through later. Alrighty, here's the motor, the feed rate. I will have to go over all this from the booklet. So you feed your grains in here. large container for all the flour to dump into. And I did hear that the wheat berries will be grained as fine as store-bought flour, which will be great. I did find that the medium coarse worked very well for the coffee cake I made and for the banana nut bread, but I'm wanting to make the sourdough breads, I'm wanting to do more pastries, cakes, and that does need a finer flour. So great book so far, helpful tips and hints. There's recipes in here as well. Awesome. Okay, so hopper, lid, stored flour in bowl. I'll be walking you through this when I make my first recipe. First time use, mill at least 2 cups of wheat or other hard grain, then discard the flour and clean the bowl. Awesome. So I'm going to be going through this, but I just wanted to share this standalone. Alrighty, now that I have gone through one milling session, I wanted to show everyone how this works. So here is the hopper, and I'm putting spelt wheat berries. It's very easy. Here is the container where the flour comes into. It is a little messy, so be prepared to clean up after. This little cup collects extra stuff from the wheat berries. It's the filter. So the filter goes on this hole here. This is removable. And then line up, make sure it's snug, slide it in. There is a little piece here that you want to line up with this piece. So you have to push and hold when you're milling these grains. So the motor, you want it all the way to high, and you want the feed rate to be, it depends on what kind of flour you're wanting. I want it to be extra fine. And just push a little bit. To let the motor calm down completely so that you don't get dust or flour everywhere. There's still going to be an amount that didn't make it in. So I just wanted to do a little bit to show you. Carefully pull the lid off. And you have freshly milled spelt flour. I will be making pumpkin muffins this morning with this freshly milled flour. But it's a very easy gadget to use. There is a high speed, a low speed. I believe I've got it on the highest speed. And then the feed rate is the coarseness of the wheat berries or the flour that you would like as your end result. And then you're going to empty these cup container, whatever is in the cup, you want to empty that after each milling. So super easy to use. So far I'm impressed. Happened very quickly and I'm not burning up a motor. And if you have a problem, I'm gonna have to figure out how to put all this back in here. But if you have a problem with regular store-bought flour, I highly suggest trying the freshly milled grains. You might be shocked that you might not have an effect on your gut in your body. I certainly didn't, and that opened up a whole new world for me. And I'm excited to get in here and show you what I make and show you how easy it is. So please follow along with my journey and let me know what you think.